Well, hi friends, pro-life leader Frank Pavone here, bringing you my daily diary segment. What did I do from Thursday, August 14th through Sunday, August 17th of 2025? That's what I want to tell you today. So I was still at the office in the midst of the pastoral team meetings. These were actually the last 4 days prior to a trip, which I'll talk to you about in the next segment. And we were finishing up our pastoral team meeting, which we have every 4 to 6 weeks. And so on Thursday the 14th, up early at my desk making a few email contacts prior to our morning staff briefing. Our staff briefing was at 8:30 with the entire team, including the pastoral team. And so that we had, we had a schedule of the day review, and then started meeting with individual staff people. That was at 8:30 meeting. I did some things at my desk having to do with mass intentions that we offer at your request. Some work with a foundation on whose board I sit. Approval of a parish fax, Radio Maria preparation for our program on that network. Some communication with Bishop Pfeiffer, preparation of an interview with a priest that I did later this day, approval of a mailing, invites to come on different podcasts, our youth education fund, some work with that, phone append. That means working with our staff who are working with a company to get us more phone numbers for the records that we have. Florida March for the Preborn, and working with our staff also about adjustments to our email system. So these were some of the topics I dealt with at my desk in between the various meetings I'm going to tell you about. 10 o'clock, our pastoral team came together via Zoom, and we had our book discussion. We do our monthly reading, and then we talked about the opinion pieces that we all create for different publications, and with our communications director helping us with that. So that was a very good meeting. I went back, did more work at my desk, and meeting with more staff to see how their work was going. Had lunch. After lunch, I had a meeting at 1:30 with one of our finance employees in the finance department. Right after that meeting, I had a meeting with the staff who handle these mass intentions that we're talking about. That was around 2 o'clock. And then around 2:30, I had a Zoom meeting to do some work for a board on which I sit for a big foundation. So we had to do some business there. Then I continued with desk work. And then at 4:30 on Thursday the 14th, I came in here into the studio, taped an interview with a priest who used to work with us full-time, Father Capoverde from the Diocese of Providence, Rhode Island. And we had a nice conversation, after which I began to get end-of-day updates from the staff, had some dinner, and then at 8 p.m. was back here in the studio for an evening broadcast, live broadcast, with several other leaders on the broadcast for the Florida March for the Preborn. That's going to be in January in Jacksonville, just prior to the National March for Life. And we had a nice, sort of like a promotional broadcast to create a buzz in Florida and create some excitement for that upcoming march. The next day was the Feast of the Assumption, August the 15th. Had our morning staff briefing, and we did updates in the course of that meeting about some technology and some technology updates that our staff was giving, and helping out the other staff, of course, be more fruitful in their work. Let me see what else I had going on. Okay, and then the meetings continued. At my desk, I had to deal with the following kinds of topics that took my time. Some podcasts from a key pro-life podcaster who sometimes has me guest host, doing some planning for that. Approving appeal letters. Approving a special flyer, making myself available for preaching in various churches, all denominations. append work, again with my staff, mass intentions, communication with another priest that we're going to interview pretty soon, and a monthly statement for our donors, getting that all prepared. Some communication with Legatus. Well, we're going to do a special program on Legatus one of these upcoming days. A special long relationship with them, founded by Tom Monahan. They gave us many pro-life awards over the years, let me write for their magazine. We'll get into that another time. Communication with a gentleman from who's joining the Silent No More campaign, a Hispanic gentleman who has a powerful testimony about his involvement with abortion, and then some work with staff who deal with websites and data. And so the day went on just getting all that other work done, broadcasts and tapings and meetings with staff through the course of the afternoon and into the evening as we began the weekend. And, you know, I take time signing cards and birthday cards and things like that. Okay, Saturday the 6th, then the weekend began, and I had some morning work at my desk on things like upcoming scripture broadcasts, our plans for prospecting, outreach to various pro-life leaders, some work with my staff about artificial intelligence and SEO. In other words, having artificial intelligence give us suggestions to make our websites reach even more people. Work on an upcoming board meeting for the National Pro-Life Religious Council, and preparation of liturgical resources. Doing all this work at my desk, then at 10 o'clock came in here to the studio, did the Scripture Live broadcast, and then just continued work at my desk the rest of the day. One of the things I did towards the end of the afternoon was to have another debate with ChatGPT over abortion. This was the 12th one that I did, and every time our ChatGPT had to acknowledge that the pro-life position was correct. I have the transcripts of these. They're now like a book of over 500 pages, but that's some of what I did at the end of Saturday. I wanted to test out the new version, ChatGPT 5, the more powerful, more intelligent version, and still they had to acknowledge the truth of the pro-life message. When it's presented logically, that's what happens. Oh, again, and then Sunday, the 17th, finally, again here at the office, of course, the Lord's Day, time for prayer and worship, but also work at my desk involving lifeafterabortion.com, one of our key websites, making sure some shows were up there, communicating with staff about that, of course, pro-life reflections for every day, getting my devotional out there far and wide, adding to our database of priests, trips to Washington, D.C. coming up, did some planning for that. A letter from Alveda King urging support for our ministry, did some work on that, getting that out, and preparation for upcoming tapings. Speaking of tapings, then I came into the studio at 10 o'clock, did the live scripture broadcast, and then continued desk work the rest of the day, planning work, paperwork, preparation for the trip that would begin the next day, writing of some cards and packing for the trip, and that brought us to the end of Sunday the 17th. That's what I did, August 14th to 17th, 2025. I hope your days are fruitful and blessed. Thank you for watching. And keep connected with me, of course, on social media at FR Frank Pavone, so that we can continue encouraging each other in this great cause of life.
So many companies support abortion, but today you can make sure that with every call you make, you are supporting the unborn. Patriot Mobile is America's only Christian conservative wireless carrier. They have partnered with Priests for Life and donate a portion of their earnings to our work. We invite you to switch to them at patriotmobile.com/unborn. Keep your number and your phone and get the same coverage you have now, but also get the peace of mind knowing your every call supports life.
Follow him, Frank Pavone, FR Frank Pavone. He is the National Director of Priests for Life. Please go to priestsforlife.org.
Frank Pavone. Frank, thank you very much.